The grace is not in the calamity. The grace is in the inner response to what it is that assails us. The external events are the movement of boundaries and limitations, rearranging themselves over time, continuously, like the waves of the ocean. They go up and down, and our perspective as an individual life wave varies in this way. But the grace is something else. It is the movement of the unbounded, the absolutely free, the unrestricted, extraordinary force of consciousness itself. It enters into the boundaries of our life and potently transforms them. It transforms us inwardly, and grace moves to transform the outer circumstances as well. So, of course, it happens that in retrospect, we may say this dire event was a source of grace. But in fact, the grace is something else. It is not the calamity that is grace. It is in what arises inside us. It's a very, very important distinction to remember. Certainly, we can look back with gratitude at having moved through deep and profound challenges in life and felt ourselves encompassed in an invisible force that inwardly guided us, that illuminated with great clarity the step-by-step movement through a hazardous and difficult path, one beset on all sides, perhaps, with threatening dangers and other forms of energies that assail us. Our practice attunes us ever more powerfully to this exquisite, free downpour of the energy of grace. Grace is always present. It is always freely available. It is not that our practice generates grace. It is just the opposite. Grace empowers our practice, animates it, and drives us forward in ever more devoted and disciplined and discerning ways to see and perceive what is moving in that unboundedness. So the grace is always the expression of freedom, of the Swatantriya Shakti, of the unbounded, of the wholeness, of the perfection of life, which paradoxically freely chooses, so to speak, to enter into any and all situations of boundaries on its own timing, in its own mysterious trajectory. But indeed, it is true that by turning deep within, by stirring the deep silence of the innermost consciousness, we become more available in a certain sense. We shift and open and align with, as we locate and are brought into a kind of closer proximity with this burgeoning and eternally surging force of the Mahashakti, and thereby such benefits and results of profound sadhana practice, we are inundated and flooded and indeed aligned with, supported by, protected by, guided by the movement of that sublime and divine intelligence of the absolute consciousness appearing within us in the form of knowledge and intuition and deep perception and a kind of spontaneous and automatic discernment of the subtle contours and features of existence itself relative to wherever it is that we are located, wherever our body mind is located, wherever our life experience is located. So it is an exquisite and complex and very multivalent consideration, this understanding or this attempt to peer into the mysterious movement of Shiva Shakti, of the heart, that potency of life that dwells in the heart,